Hi guys, welcome back. If you're watching this, chances are you felt trapped in relationships where your needs come last, where you constantly deplete yourself to make someone else happy. Maybe you've wondered why you feel so lost, so responsible for others, yet so empty inside. What you're experiencing is often called codependency, and it's more common and actually very painful than most realize. At its core, codependency is a dysfunctional pattern where your self-worth depends on pleasing others. Just think about that. It's a survival mechanism rooted in childhood, perhaps in a household where love was conditional or where you learned to suppress your own needs to avoid conflict or rejection. Over time, though, this pattern becomes a way of life, a cycle of giving everything to others while neglecting yourself. Living in this pattern can take an emotional toll. You can feel guilty when you focus on yourself. You're anxious about disappointing others. You might even feel responsible for fixing their problems, even when they're not your burden to carry. You lose sight of who you are, your dreams, your boundaries, your happiness. And it's all sacrificed to keep the peace. Really think about that. Okay, so many people stay in this type of relationship because they're afraid of being alone, or they convince themselves that their worth is tied to how much they can help or rescue. Okay, let me repeat that. Their worth is tied to how much they can help or rescue others, all right? There's also a deep fear of rejection or abandonment in there somewhere. The idea that if they stop trying, they'll be left with nothing. But the truth is, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Constantly giving and sacrificing leaves you drained, anxious, and disconnected from your true self. And then now you can't help anyone. So the more you ignore your needs, the more your mental and emotional health suffers, all right? Real healing begins with awareness. You have to really see these patterns clearly. You have to own it. You have to set firm boundaries, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. And that's where a lot of codependents get stuck, because of the discomfort. You will feel discomfort when you start saying no, okay? So just understand that that's part of the process. And if you feel uncomfortable, you're probably doing it right. Practice saying no without guilt. Prioritize your mental health, your happiness, and your independence. Because if you do that, then you're a fuller person to actually give authentically to others versus the way you're probably doing it now. And don't be afraid to reach out for help, whether that's therapy, support groups, or trusted friends. Healing is a journey, and it's really worth every step, okay? So remember now, you're deserving of relationships based on mutual respect, honesty, and love, not sacrifice and guilt. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You can